Hey, what's going on, my friend? It's Brando Linick here, and you're looking for how to start a small manufacturing business. It's a great search, and this is going to be a little bit of a review on this. I'm going to help you out and just kind of share with you some key concepts and principles because honestly, when it comes to manufacturing a small business, there's a lot of mechanisms that take place. I know a couple friends of mine who have done this, a couple people who have done it in the States, a couple people who have done it in Taiwan. Very similar process, you know, whether you're dealing with clothing, whether you're dealing with garments, alright, which is clothing in a sense, whether you're dealing with car parts, alright. Manufacturing in and of itself, whether it's small or even big, dealing with the supplies and the manufacturing equipment that's needed and the space needed to produce mass volume to meet a client and customer's needs, it's a lot of work, alright? There's a lot of moving parts, and that's why when it comes to this, it's not that easy, alright? It's simple to start. There's a lot of simple processes you can go through once you know your niche, whether that's going to be clothing, whether that's going to be car parts, or it's going to be some sort of accessory. Alright, once you know what type of manufacturing small business you want, then it can be as simple as going out and going to small business startups and seeing what they need help with, or going to big box retail outlet stores, seeing what they're looking for. Are they expanding? Are they growing? Alright, and just networking with people. But I'm going to tell you, dealing with the operating costs of a manufacturing business, having seen people start it in the States and in Taiwan, alright, and start small, what they considered small in Taiwan was where they're producing like 6,200 garments a week. They considered that small, and it cost anywhere from, $500,000 to $1 million+ to actually run and operate. So there's a lot of moving parts, and it can be expensive, which is why when it comes to it, dealing with the mechanics of maintaining all that and more, not just the upfront cost that it would cost you to start a small manufacturing business, but dealing with the time that it takes to put into operating it with supplies, equipment, employees to meet a customer's needs. I'm telling you, if you've never done it before, it can be draining. And managing all that stuff can cut away from the time that you could be spending with your family doing what you want to do when you want to do it, which is why if you're looking at starting a small manufacturing business from a business perspective in this review, alright, you can go do it once you have your business license and you've registered your business, and then you find a facility, a space where you can have manufacturing equipment in there and then start producing depending on the niche that you're wanting to tackle. You can do that, alright, but if you're looking at this to be your own boss, if you're looking at this to create time freedom and leverage, I would advise you, before you consider starting a small manufacturing business, if you're only looking at it because you want to build a business to build an income, before you consider taking on all that overhead and then taking your time, alright, which is the number one commodity, can't get it back, and putting it into the business, alright, and to maintain it, to grow it on an everyday basis, before you do that, if you hear me out here for a minute, I've got a lead I want to throw your way, because my story with this goes back a year ago when I was in a traditional business dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, all the stuff that goes with a traditional, small manufacturing business, and I was sometimes paying employees more than I was getting paid. It was tough, and I went from that and came across a person who was building a business, a high multiple 6- and 7-figure income on the internet. They're building a business on the internet without supplies, without equipment, without manufacturing equipment, which can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And because they didn't deal with any of that, I started to model and copy what they're doing. They're just working from their laptop, traveling around the world, building their business at the same time. So it was really attractive, and I won't tell you that the internet's the only way to go to build a business, but this is critical, so that at the end of this video you can make an educated decision on how to actually build a business to get the results that you want, whether that's manufacturing or online or whatever it is that you wish. Because I started to model and copy this person, working my butt off for a month and 90+ days. I was able to create in that period of time a full-time income business from scratch, working part-time, and do it without supplies, without equipment, without employees, alright, without the facility of what it takes to actually operate a manufacturing business. And because I didn't have to deal with that, I strongly emphasize, if you're only looking at building a business to build your own income, to build a business to create leverage and flexibility, learn to build a business on the internet. Learn to build an income online where The internet can do the heavy lifting for you, and you don't have to go out there and go through the stress and anxiety of what you can afford and what you can't afford, and how big a facility is and how much you can produce when it comes to, you know, your traditional ways when it comes to a manufacturing business. Not putting it down, but from a business perspective of wanting to make money, wanting to make an income, the internet is the best thing you could tap into. So I hope that makes sense from a business model standpoint in this video review, and you know, take it or leave it. I wish you the best success regardless of the road you decide to go down. And if you would, in ending with this video, like to learn more information about building a business online, if you're serious and you've got that drive, you're wanting to build an income for yourself, take back stability in your life, connect with me on my site. Check it out. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.